Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I'm getting so many requests to explain Travis Scott's song Highest in the Room as part of my Lyrics Explained series, and for good reason. Because this song is multifaceted, multi-leveled, multi-layered, but the gist of it is that in his relationship with Kylie, they are working together to decorate a new home or a new room in the home. It's not real clear from the lyrics, but and they're looking at those shelves you can buy that have multiple layers. So maybe in your house you have bookshelves or shelves, and they're all parallel shelves, so to speak. Whereas you can buy shelves that look like they're broken apart and they operate on different levels. It gives it a little bit more variety to the look of the room. And the question then becomes, which of those shelves is the highest in the room? So again, these aren't the shelves that you and I buy that are just like bottom shelf, middle shelf. These are designer shelves, and anybody can buy them. You could go get them today, and then you hang them at different levels on the wall. It gives it that, first of all, it gives it more of a spatial relationship. Second of all, you can then put different items on each shelf that create more of a theme. So maybe you put the kids' trophies here. Maybe you put your trip to Hawaii, the pictures here, right? So that way it's easier for your friends and family to focus on one thing at a time. One of the problems with the typical parallel shelves that most of us have is everything's all jumbled together. And even the fireplace, when you put photos and artifacts and mementos on the fireplace, it's a lot of times they're all jumbled together. So you're saying, well, wait, here's your trip to Hawaii. Here's your baby being born. Was your baby born in Hawaii? Here's the kids graduating from high school, but then here they are learning to ride a bike. I mean, did they just learn to ride a bike the senior year of high school? Because that seems like a little late to be pushing a 17-year-old, running down the street with your hand on the back of the bike so your 17-year-old can learn to ride it. Right? So it causes confusion, especially when you have vacation pictures. You're like, well, this is our trip to Prague, and this is our trip to Hawaii, and then, of course, we went to Alaska. You're like, wait a minute. You went from, on this, it looks like you're wearing the same shirt. Does that mean that you went to Hawaii and Alaska on the same cruise? You cruised from Hawaii to Alaska? Why would you do that? Why would you leave the 72 degrees, constant temperature, beautiful weather of Hawaii to cruise to Juneau, where you need 14 parkas, 5 pairs of boots, 9 pairs of gloves, and a ski mask just to go to the store to get some milk? Okay, so that's why the typical shelves that you and I use every day are not as appealing as what Travis Scott is talking about in this song, in his house, in his home with Kylie. And so the question then becomes, and remember, like I said, all these songs that's working on multiple levels, the question then becomes, which is the highest shelf in the room? Now, do they really care which shelf is the highest in the room with these broken apart shelves, there's separated shelves? The one on the left, or is there one that's sort of in the middle but on the right? They don't really care physically which is higher in the room. The question becomes, what is the theme? What on that shelf? What is the most important thing of all of these 8, 9 shelves that we put on the highest shelf in the room? See what I mean? What is most important in our life that we want to showcase as the highest shelf on the highest shelf in the room? You see what I mean? It's symbolic. So that's the question that he's asking in the song. And that's why this song is so popular, or one of the reasons. Of course, there's many reasons. His performance, the music, all that. But people are saying to me, what does it mean? I understand what he's saying, but what does he mean? And that's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about here. Wow. What not only what is the most important thing to showcase on the top shelf, what are the most important things in our lives? Are we focused on the original goals and aspirations that we had as a couple? Are we honoring the original feelings and excitement that we had when we met each other as we continue to grow and life's inevitable problems crop up? Are we able to overcome those and move forward as a couple? That's what he's asking. And he's saying, as a human, as a man, as a partner, he's not always up to the task. That he fails, that he might say to Kylie as he's leaving in his Ferrari, okay, I got it. You need milk, you need bread, and you want me to pick up some Bic pens and some batteries. And some not only AAA, get some AAA and get some AA batteries. All right, so that's Travis Scott. He's leaving the mansion in Malibu or wherever, and he drives to lunch with his friend. He comes back home, and what did he do? He forgot to stop at the 7-Eleven and get the stuff. He forgot to stop at the Ralph's or the Kroger or the Giant Eagle or whatever and get the stuff. And he walks to the door, and he sees her in the kitchen. And she looks at him like, did you get the stuff? Did you get the batteries? Okay. Did you get the milk and the bread? And before she even speaks, he realizes he forgot. And he's like, ah. And of course, he's a stand-up guy. He's a real man. He gets back in the Ferrari. Maybe he'll jump in the Bentley this time. Who knows? You know? Doesn't matter the vehicle. Maybe he'll jump in a Subaru. Maybe they got a Subaru. I would love to see Travis Scott driving down the road in a Subaru, right? But he runs back to the 7-Eleven, or he runs the one he passed and didn't stop because he's probably singing one of his songs out loud, right? And he goes into the store, and they're like, hey, Mr. Scott, how you doing? Because he lives in the neighborhood. He's like, oh, man, I need to get some batteries. I need to get the bread and the milk. I need to get some chiclets. I need to get some beef jerky. And do you guys have any Staples? We ran out of Staples. I need to get those. I don't know if you guys have those. And then while he's there, he gets that $2 pizza slice. Okay? So now he's fulfilled his original obligation. And in the song is recognizing that he's not always perfect, but he doesn't have to be. He's a human. He has failings, but he works to rectify them when he needs to. Well, guys, I hope that it's really a great song. And Travis Scott, of course, what is he like? You know, he's so young and he's just tearing up the world. So he's loving life. And he used to date Rihanna. How bad could things be? Hope that helps.